Hey guys, welcome back out here to the Hetrick Outdoor YouTube channel. Sorry my voice don't sound the best. I'm losing it a little bit, but I've got time and I'm working on this truck. We are working on Project Babe, trying to get her ready. As you seen in the last video, it did have a camper shell on it. We're doing some stuff with that, getting it ready to actually like live in full time. So I'm building a rear tire carrier. I got this welded on last night to kind of start mocking everything up to build it, and that is what we are working on today. I've got to cut a piece of 2-inch tubing so I can weld it to this right here. This is a part of your carrier assembly, and I'll have this this kit that I bought to be able to build this linked in the description. But we're going to use 2-inch square tubing to build most of this so that I can move my tire out from under the truck to the back of the truck so that it's easier to get to and stuff when needed, because the tire carrier on this is actually kind of messed up. It doesn't like to go up and down, and last time I needed the spare, it took me forever to get it back up. So we're going to drop it down, we're going to cut all that crap out. Who needs it? We're going to mount it on the back with a jerry can and some other stuff that is going to kind of go along with the setup. Probably when you swing it open, probably gonna have a little drop down table for like putting one of them Coleman camp stoves on, little 2-burner stoves and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get to cutting this piece of 2-inch steel to be able to, I'm gonna cup it, or not cup it, around it so that it'll fit around this a little better. Get that welded on, and we can start drawing, setting up kind of how we want it to be. The only thing that I don't think I have, I got the jerry can mount. No, I should have everything, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to take a piece of 2-inch tubing, cut it out to fit around this, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we have our safety glasses on because everybody wants all their eyeballs. We're going to use an air grinder to cut out this little U shape and clean it up and everything, so that we can get it welded on here. I like air grinders a lot better than regular grinders for stuff like this, just because it's small and I can really do what I want to do with it. So I'm going to move you guys back to the back. Hopefully not get anything to bust my camera. And I'm going to get to cutting this thing out. So we've got this thing welded on. Please ignore my welds, they're not the best. Been a while since I did a whole lot of welding, but it'll hold. Ran 2 beads, it's fine. Got it cut to length. Now we just gotta pack our bearings, get it set down on there, get it all level so we can build a stop, and then we can start building off of it, our height and everything, how we want it to look. Once we get it all set up exactly how we want it, yeah, that should be it. Then I can start building up and over and build the hoop and everything. Figure out exactly where I'm going to put the tire, put my jerry can, all of that. So I'm going to get packing these bearings, setting this thing together. Yeah, and figuring out my layout, just how I want it to go. So we've got it mounted up where it'll swing. Swings really nice. Now we've got to start building our hoop. Like, I gotta come in, figure out about where I want my hoop to come up and go up, figure out where I want my hoop to go up, and then we're going to go over and then down, and we got to build our latching system and cap this end so that we get no water or anything in there. We want this thing to be all watertight. Take it back apart, figure out what we're going to use to actually mount the spare with, which the spare is going to go right over in here somewhere. somewhere right in here. And then a jerry can will go over here. So we just got to figure that out. And I got to drop the spare so I can see about how big it is. I'm going to set it in the back of the truck, like standing up, so I can judge where it needs to be so it doesn't cover the tail light, but also, you know, doesn't go too far this way so I don't have room to mount my jerry can, so I know where to put my uprights for my hoop. I'm going to do that now. I'm going to go ahead and drop this spare. Just go ahead and get it out from under there, probably remove everything that's under there. And then we will probably work on the latching system. We'll go ahead and figure out how we're going to latch this, make sure it all rides exactly how I want to, nice and straight down through there, you know, so that nothing looks really goofy. I'm having to do this in like steps because I'm only have time to work on it after work. So the next step is we're going to drop the tire. We're going to set it in the back so I know where to put my upright. Once I know about where that one's going to go, we'll figure out the latching mechanism, and then we'll put the 2 uprights and the crossbar in there, or 3 uprights. I'm not really sure just yet how many uprights I'm going to end up putting in it, because I want to be able to put a jerry can on it. I want to be able to put the spare tire on it, and then on the back side I want to be able to build a fold down table so that it can be used as a cooking table, like put like one of them Coleman stoves on it or whatever else I want to put on it. And I might put a propane bottle mount on here. Not sure about that yet, so I think it is going to probably end up being 3 bars. I just have to see how much space I have after I get the spare put up there. My hair is a mess today. Gosh, I look roof. Beard's all scraggly. God, why y'all let me get on camera like that? Y'all gotta tell somebody. Lord, I'm ugly. So if you guys look right here, you can see how frayed up this old line is. That's why we're taking it down. And this is actually as low as I could get it to go, so it's still kind of stuck up under here. We will be removing this entire mechanism. It will be coming out, so this should be all nice and open under here in case I need to put anything. Think about maybe some onboard air for airing up tires. Not really sure, but we'll figure it out. But for now, it's just so I don't have to do this on the side of the road or on the trail or anywhere else, you know, since we're trying to get this thing ready to travel the country. We got to make some upgrades, got to change a few things. So I'm going to get this wheel slid out from under here, get this whole system taken down, and we will go from there. So we've got our mark made. Actually kind of ended up lining up with this where our first beam's going to go, and then we're going to come in the same amount of distance from there over here just to keep it all uniform. Probably. Again, maybe not. We may go a little further down. But I'm going to put the tailgate back on so I know how high my posts need to be. Then we can get those cut. We're going to 45 them so it all fits together all nice and pretty. And then 45 in those. So, yeah. So I'm going to put the tailgate back on so I can get a measurement. We're going to 45 those, get them tacked up, get them welded on. We're only going to do 2 for now. Once I get it all put together, I may end up putting a 3rd one in there. We'll see. For now, we're only going to go 2 post, 1, 2, the hoop, and then we'll fix the latch. We'll build the latch mechanism, get that all figured out, pull it back off, get it painted, take the bumper off, get it painted. While that's off, probably going to paint the back of the truck. We'll see. We're just trying to get things done. Things are finally starting to move a little bit forward, so we're going to keep trying to get them to continue to move forward. So I'm going to put this tailgate back on, and we are going to get us some measurements. So I messed up. I didn't think about one very important factor because I took the tailgate off before I started building this. The tailgate won't open. That's it. As far as it'll open. Because it's sitting on this. And that joker's burned in good. So I'm going to have to get a torch out. Cut this off. Move it over here. And go back to the drawing board. because I'm an idiot. Hopefully. I can torch this off pretty easy. Probably. I probably torch this off pretty easy. Torches in the back here, but I'll probably torch it off pretty easy and move it pretty simply. But man, I'm afraid moving it that far, this isn't going to look right. So may end up having to cut that off or add a piece onto there. That's only the latching end. So if I can make it kind of look the way I want to and not have to cut that piece off and weld another piece on or whatever, I'm going to do that, because I'm trying to use as little material as possible. So we'll see what happens. I guess I'm gonna cut this thing off and hope like heck I can just weld it back on and I'm happy with it. So we'll see what happens. So I got it cut back off. Ended up getting into the metal a little more than I wanted to. I just had so much weld in there that there wasn't much I could do about that. But I'm going to fill that back in, and then we're going to move that thing over there. I would do it tonight, but I don't have any welding gas, so just my luck. Not only did I melt that light, because I told myself I didn't need to take it out, because when I welded it in, I didn't have to take it out. I should have, but I didn't. And messed this whole project up, because I was going to be almost done today. Now I'm delayed because I don't have any welding gas and because I messed up. So we'll have to get some welding gas and continue this at a different time, because I can't right now. So I'll get back at it, I promise, because it's got to be done. I want it done. It was my mistake. I didn't think about the tailgate having to come down, and I need it to come all the way down. So we're going to have to move this thing a good little bit and just make some adjustments. There's just nothing I can do about it. So I guess I'm going to go cook supper. And I'll see you guys back out here on a different day. Hey y'all, so we are back out here working on Project Babe, working on the rear tire carrier. If you remember last time where we left, I'd cut the old one off, or cut this piece off because I need to put it over here because we were blocking the tailgate. So I got to fill all this in with weld and then grind it all smooth so it's all pretty again. Then we got to move that and weld it over here. And we'll be back to where we were. I've got this old wheel bearing, which is what we're going to use to actually mount our wheel. So this is what's going to mount our wheel up on the back of the truck. So I have all the lug nuts and everything. So I've got to torch it. I've got to torch the old bearing out of it to separate it, so it's just this piece that I need. So we're going to try to torch it out right in here somewhere and see what happens. Who knows? It may end up being a really bad idea, but we're going to see what happens. So I'm going to weld this all up, grind the actual shaft here. We have to grind to clean that up so we can weld it back on, so we can weld that back, so we can put that back on. If it seems like I'm short of breath, or words are taking me a little longer, I actually have COVID right now. I got the vid. I was sick. But just because I'm sick doesn't mean time stops. And I need to get this done. So we're going to be throwing that together today. We're probably going to pull the bed lights out. Probably going to roll up the mat and cut the whole plate out of the bed where they had the gooseneck ball thing they had rigged together. And we'll probably be done. Or I might just complete the hoop today and save all that for another day. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. But I'm going to get started on this now and get her all filled in. So we've got it welded back in. We've got our hoop built. Tire's going to go here. Gas can's going to go there probably, or there. We'll see how it fits when I get the tire all built on there where it'll hang. Not super happy with how it turned out this time. I did get all that filled in, which is wonderful, but that's not a nice hole anymore. But we got this welded on. I made a gusset, and it looks like booty. I mean, that looks like booty. But, you know what they say, a grinder, a little grinding can make you the welder you ain't. Well, it ain't my welds that are a problem. I just need to get some sheet metal. I'm going to get some sheet metal and actually box this in to make it look good. But for now, it's on there, it's sturdy, and it's good to go. No, it didn't come out the way I wanted it to. It doesn't look the way I wanted it to. But it's on there, and it's sturdy. You know, that's what happens when you're forced to punt. It was Mike Tyson say, everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth. I got hit in the mouth and everything went south. But we got that part done. I'm probably going to call it a day because I do feel like, dang it, this COVID, this vid is whooping my tail. This took way longer because I kept having to take breaks to catch my breath and breathe and drink water. And so this little hoop took me way longer than I thought it would. The next thing is to figure out how long of a piece of metal I need to stick off of here so the tire sits out so I can bolt it up, which means cutting. I got to figure out how to cut that off. I figure out how to get those two pieces to separate. Wish I'd have kept that one that separated on its own, but I didn't. I take it back so I could get another one. That's the old one. It's one of the original ones. It's Dodge original equipment. But it don't look too bad, and it hangs where I wanted it to hang. So I'm going to see if I can figure out how to cut this bearing apart, or I'm going to go in the house. I guess we'll see. Well, guys, I stuck it out a little bit longer out here today, and I got it, I'd call it 99% complete. It needs to be painted and rehung, but I'm going to give you guys a little look-see at it, and you'll understand why I did it, maybe. Maybe you won't. I don't know. I did it for ease of getting the spare tire off when you're out in the bush. You know how thick that bush can get? So, or if you're stuck in the mud, they actually can help. Actually, a spare tire can aid in you getting stuck by suctioning to the mud, so it not being under there is one less thing to worry about. Also gave me a place to put a jerry can. So, I'm going to give you a little look at it the way I got it set. I made it big enough that if I ever went up to a 35 or any bigger size tire, any wider size tire, it would still fit. I'll give you guys a shot. It needs to be clean, painted, all that shim sham, jimmy jam, Jimmy John's, bim bam, wings. Yeah, that's what all that good stuff is what needs to be done. So look at it, guys. So we got our jerry can mount. We've got our tire mount. Still uncertain what to put there. Maybe move over a little bit and put some them boards, some traction boards. Yeah, we got our jerry can mount on there. It's all good and sturdy. Our spare tires all on there, good and sturdy. Of course, latch mechanism rigged the way I guess I had to rig it. Here's what I want to talk about. See, I built it where there's enough space that if I go to a wider tire or even larger tall tire, I've got some space to adapt. Now, one thing I want to say about this is when I hung that tire up there, it was completely flat. Now, you know who didn't know it was flat when he dropped it out from under the truck? Me. So if I'd have been stuck on the side of the road, would have put that tire on, I would have been no better off than I was because this tire was completely flat. So one, this is a note. Go check your spare tire. Make sure it ain't flat. Put some air in it, check on it. Make sure it's good to go. Make sure it ain't dry rotted. But now, I'm checking my other tires. It's real easy to just put some air in it. I got all 8 of the lug nuts that fit the factory steel wheel, which this joker's heavy. So that when I take my nice aluminum wheels off, I've got copper lug nuts to put the tire back on. All this will be done by impact because I carry Milwaukee Impact in my rig. What else? We still got to build the table. I've got to go pick up a piece of sheet metal to do that, and some hinges. I just got to get around to doing it. Probably go around picking that sheet metal up soon. I'll add it on here. I'll paint it all, and then I'll close out the video that way. Just kind of giving you a rundown of what's going on, you know. So I will probably actually start another video while completing this video, because I ain't painting crap till I can paint everything. So I will go buy the hinges. I'll go buy the metal. I'll weld it up. Have me a nice table. And then we will finish the roof rack. We'll start and finish the roof rack. That'll be a separate video. Get all that painted, because that'll all have to be painted black. So then everything will be painted. Everything will be done then. Then we'll move on to building the actual platform and all of that. That is the list of things. It's like the list of way like I want to do it. I can't say that that's actually how it's going to turn out. So until I can build that table, I guess the old rear tire carrier is done, son. A lot of work. A lot more work than I thought it was going to be, in all honesty. And I said I'll give y'all another shot when it's fully done. I'll do a little drop down of the table, and we'll, I'll do a shot of it fully done in this video. It will be part of this video, but for now, what we're talking about is moving on until I can finish it completely. It looks good. It's gonna rattle like a son of a gun. I got a feeling. Now that tire's on there, yeah, I may have to figure out a little something extra here, because I don't know where it's. Oh, it's shaking my whole bumper. Oh, I don't know. We'll have to road test it. We'll road test it and make some adjustments from there. I don't know when I'm going to road test it. I guess I should add that to the list of shit to do, huh? Probably complete the camper shell rack, then road test everything and see what rattles and what doesn't rattle. Then we'll paint everything. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But for now, it's as done as it's going to get until I can get a piece of sheet metal to build the table, and I'll go pick up that piece of sheet metal soon, probably Monday. Anyway, so that's going to do it for tonight. I will see you guys when we're out here with a finished and complete rear tire carrier assembly. And until that, will probably be in the truck. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we have got it painted. We have got it final assembled with our drop-down table and all. Nice latch system there for it. I got to put the tire on it, and I'm gonna get one of those jack bars that you put across your bed, that ratchets, to help support this when you have the camp stove and stuff on it, because it does have a tendency to try to lean down, and I haven't been able to figure out how to solve that. But hang on one second, and I'll show you the table down. There she is with her table all laid out. Like I said, we got to get a little something to lift it up right there. And then I actually have to add a link, because I had to bend this one so that it would close. So I gotta add a link and add me a link in here somehow. Gotta make that longer so that the table will sit all the way down. Like you see, that one's got a little sag in it, so it'll sit flat, and then this one's fully tight. I gotta adjust it a little, or maybe not. Hell, I don't care that it leans backwards. I don't know. May leave it. But it turned out mostly the way I wanted it to. So I want to thank you guys for watching me building this rear tire carrier. Thanks for hanging in there with me. It was fun. Don't know that I ever want to build another one, but it was an experience. Like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching. Y'all remember to like and subscribe. Y'all stay frosty, and I'll see you in the next one.